Hey guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. So today we're going to be giving you a little bit of story. We will be discussing how we met.
Yes guys, welcome again. And how are you all doing? As that being said, we will be discussing our journey, how we met, which was 9 years ago. So stay tuned guys, and please remember, do like, share, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, okay?
Okay guys, so how did we meet? It's a very interesting story. Alright guys, so it all started, when I was doing evening class, after high school. I did 7 subjects. I graduated with 6. The one I didn't receive was mathematics. You all can agree with me that we don't really like mathematics. So anyways, I decided I was gonna go to evening class and do my mathematics subject. So one night, I was walking home from class with Warren. Well,
Warren, big up yourself. You know where you're there. Wanna watch this.
Exactly, big up yourself, Warren. So I was basically gonna walk to Orokabesa. If you're from St. Mary, you're familiar with Orokabesa High School. You can walk from there to Crossroad, and then I would take a taxi from then. So anyways, I was walking from evening class with Warren, and at some point in the journey, he said to me, hey, I'm going to church tonight. It's going to be choir practice. Do you want to just come along? So I'm like, my exact words to him was like, Warren, why am I gonna be going to a Sunday church? I go to a Saturday church. Like, what am I gonna do there? Anyways, he managed to
Anyways, he managed to convince you.
Anyways, he managed to convince me that I should just come along, just for come along's sake, and just watch them do rehearsal. So I'm like, okay, well, no problem. I'm going home. I don't have anything to do, so why not just tag along, So we arrived at the Orokabesa New Testament Church. New Testament, yeah?
Yes, Orokabesa New Testament.
Okay. So we arrived at the Orokabesa New Testament Church.
And that's the main plot, one of the main plot in the story. Orokabesa New Testament Church. So if it wasn't for Orokabesa New Testament Church, we wouldn't be here today. So
exactly. So Warren, he left me sitting by myself. He went to his rehearsal. While I was there, I'm like, why not just take out a book and study? I think at the time I was doing mathematics, and I
you
wanted
were also doing
biology.
CAPE. Yes, you were doing CAPE.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, CAPE in the bio. No, I'm confused. guys.
Yeah, I think you were doing CAPE or was it GCE?
GCE. Yeah. One CXC, one I was doing bio in GCE and mathematics in CXC. Perfect.
So you were redoing mathematics.
Right.
And you were also doing GCE bio.
Yeah. So I'm like, let me just take out my biology book and do some studying because I'm bored. I don't know nobody here. Again, this is a Sunday church. I go to a Saturday church.
Why did Warren introduce you to church? Or why did he ask you to come along with him to go to church? Because it wasn't like there was a service going on. It was choir practice.
Well,
so what did you get from that?
I have no idea. The only thing I can say that must have been the work of God.
Thank you, Warren. Thank you, God.
Exactly. Because every time I think about it, I'm like, wow, we met in a church.
Yeah.
We met in a church. You know, some people, they meet in a church and it doesn't work out. I'm not saying any relationship is perfect. There's no perfect relationship.
There's no perfect relation. Definitely not this one. Definitely.
So I'm like, let me study my bio. And then I just saw him walking into the church. I don't know him, guys. Remember, I'm not from that church. Out of the blues, he's walking by me. I stop him. I'm like, hey.
No. You didn't stop me.
Yeah, I did.
No. Let me just intervene. So what happened is that at that point, should I give my entire story from?
Yeah.
So let me share my side to this point. So I was basically going to Orokabesa High School to do data operation. That was like a course, level 1 and level 2. So and again, if you're from the Orokabesa area, you'd have understood the geographic orientation of the place. So I live in Racecourse, and the school is like 15 minutes away from where I live. So I used to walk to school. It's no big deal. But the church is in between the school and where I live. So my father was a part of the choir. So I was waiting for him to get a ride home. So I stopped at the church. And just to let you know, guys, I wasn't really looking for a relationship, or I wasn't really looking for anyone to be with. I was just focusing on getting that certificate and just live a normal life. So when I walked in the church, I realized everyone was on the choir who should be on the choir practicing. And there was this girl, lonely stranger, looking all fantastic and looking all beautiful. Not that I was really pre her, but she was there. So I walked past and I sat like one bench away from her.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And then she said, hey, aren't you supposed to be practicing? And I said, I'm not a part of the choir. She said, okay, good. Well,
yeah, it's true.
Make yourself useful and just ask me some questions. I was like, seriously, what's going on here? Like, we'll just randomly ask someone to ask a question.
Yes, guys. So basically, I asked him, can you just ask me some questions from my biology textbook and let me answer the question?
I was like, she's so crazy. Like, I mean, can't you see me trying to mind my business here? Why are you asking me to ask you a question? However, I took up the challenge because I didn't know nothing about bio. I hated bio. I didn't do bio in school. I was always focusing on business subjects. So I took the book from her and I started just skipping the pages, asking her a random question. And to my surprise, this girl was so bright. It was like she swat the entire textbook word to word, word for word. Her answers were direct with what the book was actually saying. And I was like, damn girl, you're taking this school thing too far. Normally when I'm going to school and I'm studying, I would just read something and then put it in my own words. Sometimes it doesn't even make sense. Sometimes it doesn't even make sense. And yeah, she was very, very good, and I think that kind of made a connection with both of us, because I was like, she's so smart, and kind of, I wouldn't want to say turn me on, but I just got so interested in her, and I was like, yeah, I kind of like her vibes, not like her as in like her. I liked her vibes, and she was smiling. I was giving her some jokes, because you know me, I was giving some weird jokes. And then we just started, you know.
Yeah, so we started.
Being friends.
Yeah. So, funny enough, I never met him before the church situation, but as soon as I met him at the church, I started seeing him like everywhere around the school.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh, there's that guy. Oh, he's here again. Oh my gosh, look at that guy. Oh, that's the dark, tall guy that helped me.
Handsome guy. Come on.
Handsome guy.
Yeah. Handsome
But
guy.
at that time, I wasn't thinking that he was handsome. I'm just like, why
Seriously?
is this guy like
Whoa,
popping up?
You were thinking that I was handsome?
No, well, let me tell you when I thought that. So I was like, why is this guy just popping up everywhere that I am? Like, I never used to see him prior to the church. So one day, I was under this tree right by the entrance to the gate for the school, and I had some peanuts.
Oh, yes.
And as usual,
I love peanuts, guys. I love
as
peanuts.
usual, he popped up again. So
Like,
it
I
was
popped up like bread out of toaster.
exactly. So he was there, and then I think I asked him yet again to ask me some
Yeah,
questions.
because each time I saw her after we met at the church, she kept asking me, hey, could you ask me some questions? Could you ask me some questions? Or could you go through me? And I was like, oh, so you're using me so that you can pass your CXC and your bio, while I should be going to class and I'm here, you know, fueling and investing in whatever it is that you're pursuing. So,
And at that point, I was eating the peanuts, and I'm looking at him. I'm like, you know, this guy is so handsome.
Yeah.
I never really looked at him like that way before, but now I'm looking at him. He's really handsome. He's like tall, dark, you know, chocolatey and handsome.
that's the word I'm listening
So,
to.
so I'm like, hey, you want some of my peanuts? And he took the peanuts, guys.
I love peanuts, guys. I love peanuts. I can't say no to peanuts. I love peanuts. It's like my favorite. So from there, we basically started seeing each other more often while we were going to classes. And then one evening, I had a best friend. I still communicate with him now. Jermaine. Jermaine, anyway, then big up yourself.
Pick up yourself,
Mushy.
Jermaine.
So one evening rather, I was at class, and then because of everything that was happening, and because even though we were friends and we were talking and we were, you know, asking each other, well, I was going through her schoolwork with her, not the other way around. Even though we were doing that, I didn't have her number, so we weren't really texting and stuff like that. But one evening, you know, after spending so much time with her, I said to Jermaine, hey Jermaine, you know, I really like this girl. I explained the situation how we met, and I said, yo, I really like this girl, and I think I'm gonna go to her and just express my feelings and let her know that, listen, I like her and I'm really interested in her and stuff like that. And Jermaine said, yeah man, Ochi, in his own words, you know, Jermaine, you know, we talk patois. So yeah man, Ochi, do you think, you know, cause we don't know you're a general, you're an intelligent boy, you know, so, cause Jermaine always boosts me up, you know. Jermaine always encouraged me and boosts me up on a few of the things, you know, Jermaine that is a good friend. So, yeah, and I took the initiative and I said, okay, I'm gonna man up and I'm gonna go to her and let her know how I'm feeling. So that night my heart was racing faster than Usain Bolt was, you know, going when he was breaking the record. And I said, listen, I'm gonna do this. She has to know how I feel. So knowing me and I always just try to do things different. And you know I'm intelligent, so they say. I went to her and I was like, what if one day she went to her church and she saw